Coming up on today's Panther Beat,
Will O'Fallon's cell phone policy change? We find out.
your Panther Beat starts now. Hello, O'Fallon. I'm Nolan.
And I'm Dylan, and this is your Panther Beat for Wednesday, April 23rd. Will O'Fallon's cell phone policy change next year?
Zane and I talked to Mr. Howell on the results of the community survey.
Yeah, the cell phone survey that was sent out to the students, that's a product of months and months long research into cell phones at schools. And then the next survey we did was with our staff here as a whole. And that was over 300 people did that survey with cell phones and with the thought process here. The next survey was done with parents and guardians. And then finally, students. We've gotten all the stakeholders that are involved in our policies here. And now from this point forward, we're going to try to make a decision on do we want to revamp the cell phone policy, keep it the same, what we want to do. The number one question was, would you like OTHS to consider moving to a school-wide cell phone policy? And students overwhelmingly said no. 80% of students said no. When it came to the parents and guardians, it was a little less than that. Roughly 60% of the parents and guardians said no. OTHS staff overwhelmingly supported to have a school-wide policy on cell phones. That was 80% in favor of it. Students overwhelmingly support if we're going to have this policy, have it in the book bag, okay? Parents the same way. They supported having it in the book bag. Teachers and staff were a little more split on that, where some supported having it in the backpack, but most people and staff-wise wanted like the number pouches. And so the push, and it's not only here at OTHS, but nationwide, has been to have kind of a set forth policy for the entire school to follow so it's consistent.
Reporting for the Panther Beat, this is Zane and Nolan, discovering the most recent cell phone news.
Thanks, boys. Big decision coming from administration. We will make sure to keep you updated, O'Fallon.
Seniors, do you need extra tickets for graduation? Scholar Bowl is holding a silent auction this week.
Visit the Omela link to place your bid. Bids start at $75. Email Ms. Bostic. The girls cross country is also auctioning off 4 seats for graduation. Email Coach James with your bid. Bidding starts at $100 and ends this Friday.
The Miss O'Fallon Scholarship pageant is August 2. Here's Emily and Madison with a look at the current Miss O'Fallon.
Hey Panthers, in honor of Women's History Month, we talked with the director of Miss O'Fallon, Miss Schulte.
She shared with us that the Miss O'Fallon pageant began in 1922 and has been a tradition in O'Fallon ever since.
She explained to us that this is sponsored by the City of O'Fallon. Contestants are judged equally in 5 categories: interview, talent, onstage question, evening gown, and overall stage presence. To compete, contestants must live within the OTHS District 203, be 16 by December 31st, and have a minimum cumulative GPA of 2.5.
O'Fallon 2024, Katie Zimmerman.
Next, we met with this year's Miss O'Fallon, Katie Zimmerman.
Miss O'Fallon is a pageant organization where young ladies can get a chance to compete and be crowned Miss O'Fallon and represent the community. As Miss O'Fallon, I attend many community events. I'm in lots of parades. I spoke at the Veterans Day Memorial. I've done the coin toss at a police department flag football game. I also presented the trophy there. For the talent portion of the competition, I did a solo to Beautiful, and I dedicated to all the young children and young women of O'Fallon to show them how you can be yourself, and it's okay to have mistakes because you're human.
That's all for today, Panthers.
Now you know more about Miss O'Fallon and her responsibilities.
It's your favorite best friends,
Emily
and Madison, reporting for Panther Beat.
If you are interested in being a contestant, see Mrs. Schulte in the main office. You must be 16 or older and have a minimum GPA of 2.5.
Now let's pass it over to the sports desk.
Howdy, O'Fallon. I'm Brady with your Panther Sports. In today's sporting events, your boys baseball team bats at Blazer to compete against the Columbia Eagles. Keep up the hard work and good luck, guys. Now let's switch it over to the birthdays.
Hi, O'Fallon. I'm Bryce with the birthdays. Birthdays on Monday, April 21st were Ryvon Booker, Luca Bowe, Luke Ellerbeck, Tobias Fry, Maximilian Gerald Miller, Dominic Grant, Paige Hunley, Isabella Logan, Christian Moore, Logan Palomiri, Sydney Smith, and Kobe Wallace. And a special happy birthday to Mr. Sayer. Birthdays for yesterday, April 22nd are DeJalen Collier, Elizabeth Delabrie, Tristan Greer, Cameron McCoy, and Kathan Sugar Phelps. And a special happy birthday to Miss McNichols. Birthdays for today, April 23rd are Jacob Bruto, Christian Carranza Gonzalez, George Gonzalez, Elena Henry, Mackenzie Howes, Rowan O'Callaghan, Tesha Satterfield, and Caleb Weber. That's all for me. Now back to the news desk.
Now, for your club news.
Book club meets today after school in room 205 from 3 to 3:45. This Friday is movie night with the Asian Culture Club. Stop by the Panther Center at 5 p.m. to watch Spirited Away.
$10 can get you a pizza, drinks, and a movie. See Mrs. Feldman for questions. Chemistry Club meets this Friday in room 811.
Spanish Club meets tomorrow from 3 to 3:45 in Smiley Room 310 to discuss the upcoming Pulsera project. Freshmen are encouraged to ride the activity bus.
That's it for today, O'Fallon.
For up-to-date news, videos, and more, head over to our Panther Beat YouTube channel.